I like saying create a potato.
Process. After I'm done with it, of course, I'm
Hi guys, so I want to do a quick little voiceover for this moment just to explain to you guys what I'm doing. So originally when I recorded this video, I didn't really have a plan on how I was going to organize it, and after going over some of the footage where I'm actually talking and telling you guys important information, the audio is like way too low. So you will be getting little sporadic voiceovers from me during parts I considered the audio to be way too low, even after fixing it, and I did try to fix it several times. So to explain the sketching process, a lot of this is already sketched before I even started recording. I even thought about recording, of course it's me, but during the beginning process of sketching out the pages, I actually already had an idea of how I wanted the design laid out. Since I wouldn't be hand making this myself, all I had to worry about were the design aspects of it, and then eventually the finish of the paper and the cover. This idea that I did for the story of Marshmallow, this is an idea that I've had ever since creating Marshmallow, so it definitely came very easy to me when sketching it out. The real trouble hit when I couldn't exactly put my finger on the style of line art that I wanted to do for this piece. Now, the whole point of this design is to make it look as comic book like as possible while keeping the cute aesthetics of my art and my characters. I did go onto Pinterest and look through some other artists' work on how they went about their line art and layouts to make them more cohesive, because while I knew what I was going to make, I never created anything close to a comic before. There were a couple of things that stuck with me when I was doing the research per my findings, and I will put them on the screen now just for anybody who is curious and who maybe wants to do a Zine or get a Zine manufactured just like I did. So one, most artists loved drawing outside of the characters' panels to make them pop off more off the page. I saw it on a lot of artists' work, so I made sure to notate that down. Two, heavy and soft lines created great movement for the scenes, especially if the scene had a very actiony move. The flow of the thick and thin lines really helped pop off the actions of the character themselves. And then three, to stick to a minimum amount of colors, especially since this was my first go. The main thing I would see with a lot of artists with, I wanted to combine Zines and like comic book like art, which is essentially the whole point of the Zine. But what I noticed with Zines is that people use a limited amount of color to express their stories. So I wanted to make sure that I only use a limited amount of color. I think that will also help me stay focused on telling the story through the visuals itself and not really get hung up on the color. So I kept those in mind when proceeding, and as you guys will come to see, I went ahead with the dry ink brush and the modified studio pen brush tools as my line art tools for this project, using the dry ink brush for the panels of the comic and the studio pen for the actual character. And as for the colors, I thought it best to stick with Marshmallow's main representative colors, making sure that all were in CMYK format. And if you guys want to know anything more about the CMYK format of the colors that I do, or the dry ink and the modified studio art pen that I use, you can look at my other tutorial videos that I have on my page. The modified studio pen is literally me modifying the default brush in Procreate. The dry ink brush is also another default brush. So I'll be putting little notes on the screen if there's anything that I missed, but for now, keep enjoying the video. Okay, new day, same pose. We're gonna be drawing today. I don't know when I'm gonna come out with this footage, but you know. Or will it change if I do it like this? This is how far I got last time. So here's the part where I tried my best to fix the audio, and ultimately it just wouldn't budge. And I feel like this part is way too low. So to summarize, I was explaining that I actually labeled the page numbers wrong when organizing my pages to see more how they looked in book format. And today I will be fixing those. Later on, I also explained that the page I'm working on for this section, or a very small part of this section, is the big picture page, aka the cover of the Zine. The page covers Marshmallow's spell backfiring on them as they transform into something else, leaving emphasis on the eyes and the magic surrounding them. This page was the most important, as it wasn't only the cover page, but it was going to have more of a painter's feel than just a simple illustrations with thick lines like the others. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will be popping up the page that I'm working on as the video goes on, so you guys won't be lost. And then the magic starting to take effect, so we don't have a cape in this page, but we do need to use the symmetry tool right there, it looks to be, and we're gonna pull this sketch down, and we're gonna start with, of course, the bold lines first. To do the what's the name off. Yeah, it's a little better. See, now we've hit the conundrum on what I want to do for the last 2 pages because I had to restructure all of these. So if we go over what we have thus far, it's gonna look crazy. Bear with me. Page assist, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, and page 8. Remember, this is a Zine, so it's short. There is one more page, but then it won't be even, so I will need another page after that. So maybe 2 more pages after this, I think I need to think of. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Thank you for watching thus far. This part of the audio was a little too low too, so just to summarize, I was explaining that not only was I almost done with the coloring of the design, but I took my time the night before to focus on the colorfulness and playfulness of the eyes during the transformation page. Since I knew the coloring was going to take a while, I did a lot during the nighttime to myself while the house was really quiet because it really helps me concentrate. Finishing up this design is spread out through a couple of days because, as you guys know, I stay busy and I was doing other projects in between. Plus, I'm also often busy making art and products for my monthly members while filling orders for my official shop. So yes, busy bee. But I will see you guys when we're going over the finished magazine. now that we are done with the design aspect, now it's time for the technical aspect. So what I have here are the PDF files and the PNG files of my Zine. So over here, I'm going to highlight it. This is the PNG files, and while the colors are in CMYK, the files are not. And this was just for me and myself while I was drawing on Procreate, because when you draw with CMYK on Procreate, I don't know, it looks very ugly and I really didn't like it. And originally this was how I wanted the pages laid out in book format, but then I remembered that I miscalculated the pages. And you guys have to remember, this is my first time working with this manufacturer and my first time making a Zine altogether. And since I wasn't hand making it, I wanted to make sure that it came out perfect. So I'm gonna show you guys, these were the additional pages, my bio in the back. Well, not really my bio, but mostly talking a short little introduction from me and then more about Marshmallow. And then this page, it says back outer cover, but it's not. I changed it. This is the back outer cover now. And then this is the front inner cover and then the back inner cover. Yeah. So that's what I ended up changing. So originally this was going to be the back outer cover, which is why it's labeled as such, but it ended up being my Meet the Author page. So this will play as 2 pages, which is why I just wanted one file of this, because it was going to say the same thing and basically it will fill in for these. This over here, what I'm highlighting now, are the PDF files in CMYK format, and they're spread out very odd, mostly for me to make sure that all the pages matched up in color perfectly. Oh, and for people who want to know, I am using Figma. I will have that on the screen while I'm talking so that you guys won't be confused. This is not Photoshop or InDesign or anything like that. This is a free program. I highly recommend. I really love using it for all my design purposes, especially when I'm doing web design. But yeah, I highly recommend when you're making these pages and when you're laying them out to label them. So front outer cover, of course. And this is the only thing I forgot to record because I had no idea how I was going to do the title of this Zine, but this is spelled gone wrong. I handmade this, of course, you know, did the snowflakes and stuff, all of that. And then I took that digital painted page and put it as the cover and did a ombre, or rather gradient effect. This was actually to the advice of my sister, so thank you so much, to do the gradient effect into the title. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a really good idea. So yeah, I wanted it to have sort of a Steven Universe, Bee and Puppy Cat, you know, that kind of feel when you look at the title. And I think this is, in terms of title, how I'm gonna go with the rest of my Zines, because there will be more Zines coming now that I perfected this one. Again, for those who may not know, I did Marshmallow because I thought this was going to be an easier character to get done. For those wondering and who are just maybe curious, the reason, because a lot of you guys know that Marshmallow is not one of my main characters. They are one of like the main group of characters, but they aren't like the core characters like Sarcastic Bear and Productive Potato. So why didn't I do them first? The reason why I did Marshmallow first was because, one, by time I wanted to start selling this, which was in October, I was like, that you kind of want to get ready for, well, small businesses, I must say, need to get ready for the holiday season. Yes, we're skipping over November, and people had already started asking for this when they saw that I was making it or when they saw the original design. That said, I kind of wanted it to have in people's pocket before December was here, just because I know that I have a lot of parents who follow as well, and they want to like give gifts to their kids and whatnot. So I wanted to have it ready, and to be honest, I absolutely had no idea how long this was going to take. I also wanted this to align with the event, the Slice event that I'm going to be a part of. I'm going to have a booth. It is October 26th, and it is pinned on all of my socials, just so you guys know. October 26th, I'm going to be there all day. And since Magic Marshmallow is the only character where when I first thought of them, I had an actual story like planned out for how they became the character that they are, I was like, it was a good idea just to go with them first in the get-go. And then for Sarcastic Bear and Productive Potato, I can just come to that bridge when we get there. So yes, as I was saying, so that's the reason why I did Magic Marshmallow first. I already literally had an idea of how I wanted to do the story, how I wanted to do the panels, etc. And if you actually, speaking of panels, if you actually look close here, you will see that dry brush tool. You'll see the little clicks I'm making on the screen. That is the dry ink brush tool from from Procreate, and then as you see here, little clicks here, this is the Modify Studio pen, and I also did it in some of the writing. So yes, I will always recommend to label these so you know how they're going to lay out: front outer cover, front inner cover. So this is the original front inner cover, but then that's when I realized that I was missing extra pages, and I quickly made this extra page with my socials and where to find out more of Magic Marshmallow for those who purchased this. That's basically all I can tell you guys about the technical aspects. I also made sure, because I didn't do this on the original files just because I wanted to make sure all the pages was right. The last thing you want to do is export the files and have the page numbers on there and be completely wrong when you can just do it on a design program. So I made these little mini clouds as you see here, and then I put the page number on each of them. The one thing that I wish I can change, that I wish I would have changed, is where the page number were. Like I said, since this was my first time, I wasn't 100% sure if this was going to lay out right, especially when I was getting the sample. And when I got the sample and it was correct, I did not feel like changing. You guys, I had to go back and forth a couple of times with a helper at the manufacturer. So you do get assigned a person when you ask for help, and the person was very helpful. They were helping me through this. They were helping convert some of the file issues that I was having. There was like short file issues, not on my end, more so their system. I'm not sure why I was doing that, but she helped me out so much. It was really great, and she made sure that all my files were right. But after that was like a day of dealing with that. So after that, when I got the sample and I saw how perfect it was, and I was like, man, I wish I would have moved some of the page numbers. So some of them, so say this was like an inner page where basically this would be the bottom of the book, this spine right here, this would be the spine of the book. The page would go in a little bit, so I would rather have this page number over here, right? But by the time I got the sample, I saw how perfect it was, and then I thought about that day that we went through of making sure everything was right and having issues with some of the files uploaded. I was like, I don't want to do that again, and they potentially mess something up when I'm doing the final thing. And it was we're already at the end of September when I'm recording this, and I didn't have any clue of how long these was going to take manufacture, especially since I have them coming in bulks and the event is October 26th. So I said, let's leave it where it was. On Figma, I created these little clouds that are basically, if you see this tool up here, this is the shape tool. It's this ellipses, and like that. Basically what you can do on Photoshop and I believe InDesign and stuff. I made it white, and then I did a couple of these, clumped them together to make a cloud. And then I used the text tool here and put in the page number and put it on there. So that's it. I added little page numbers to post the design of this, and I'm just showing you guys the pages. I love the way the pages turned out, so pretty. And yeah, over here, once again, these are the PDF files of the CMYK. The PDF CMYK files. There we go. One last thing that I want to show you guys is actually Photoshop and how I converted them for anybody who's curious. So just give me a quick second. So all I did was upload it to Photoshop. I'm not sure what other program you can use to convert the colors. I've always used Photoshop, so I'm sorry, I don't really have advice on that. But yeah, so what we do is, oh, I realize you guys can't see it, but you'll be able to see this. So we're going to go to image, up top, mode, and then scroll down to CMYK color. So you'll get this little pop-up. Right now I'm using the US web coded swoop version 2. This version of CMYK I personally know to use for physical items when I need to convert them to CMYK. It tells you right here how you can choose different profiles. I say play around with it. The one that I'm using may not be the one that you like, but yeah, so I already pre-made this, and you're gonna click OK, and it converted the file. You don't see that much of a difference, if any at all, because again, this color is in CMYK and I made sure of that specifically. All CMYK, this is very important to know, all CMYK profiles will not look the same. It will not. I chose a CMYK profile that not only works for printed items, but also kept the vibrancy of my artwork. Not all CMYK profiles does that, and that's something to know. You can post after converting this, go to, hold on, let me click on this again. You'll go to image, adjustments, and you can play around with the hue in saturations if you don't like it. See? But yeah, after that, you will go to file. You go to file, save as, click on that, and then you will see these options right here. Photoshop PDF is what you want, and you will save it out as that, and then there you go. You have a saved out CMYK PDF version of your file. So I apologize for the awkwardness of this angle, but I'm trying to hide some stuff that you guys can see until the next vlog. Anyway, right here I have the sample. If you guys watched my previous vlog, you would have already seen this sample because I wanted to show it off beforehand, but I wanted to take this time to show you guys the comparison of the Spell Gone Wrong sample with the official Zines that I have. So first off, the difference is the colors, and this was something that they warned me about. I will put down below the manufacturer that I use because, like I say, I don't like to gatekeep. We don't gatekeep over here. If I think they'll be useful and I like the surface, I'm going to recommend them. So they will be linked down below in my description box. But yeah, let's compare them. So right now, I'm not sure if you guys can really tell. It's really hard to see on the camera. I try my best, but it's really hard to see. But the sample is just a wee bit more pigmented than the official files, and they told me that's because they use a different formatting system or something like that. I think it was for single files. They was like, as long as you tell them that you plan to buy this in bulk and this is more of a sample item, they'll do it more to their bulk file. I don't know, it's really confusing. Again, first time working with this manufacturer, but I did have a good time and they printed these out great thus far. I still have more coming, so yeah. Off the bat, the sample is pigmented as per the official, so the official fits the official file more, because I was a little surprised when I got the sample and I just saw how pigmented it was. And as you see, as I talk about in my last vlog, my face was so pigmented on this file that it looked kind of crazy, but it is fixed on this file. I don't know if you can tell because of the way I have the thing, but it's fixed on the official files, or I keep calling it the official files, the official Zine. So these are the official, this is the official Zine. I wanted to do something simple, as I said in my previous vlog, because the whole point was that this was a Zine, and Zines aren't like flashy comic books, but I still wanted that comic book feel. The Zine, I wanted to mimic a regular Zine, even though I'm not hand making these, and kudos to all the artists out there who hand make theirs. I just literally didn't have the time, and my printers act kind of funky, and I knew everything that I wanted on here to be specific, but I wanted mine to have that official look, so it has the staples in the middle, and the coating that I use for the cover of the official one is actually a matte coated cover. You can get it regular and, you know, just go the regular Zine route. The section on their website that I went on to get this done actually is called Zine, so this is actually for Zines, and they adjust the page minimum that you need. They show you, they give you a mock-up of how it lays out. They show you how it's going to lay out before you approve the proof, and you also can use their program to just see visually how it's going to move as you upload the files. I feel like you guys have seen this like 1,000 times, but I'm going to show them side by side. I will say the sample one, the gradient part is a little dull, which is a great fix for the new part. So basically the only difference that I found in this sample versus the official is the pigment of the colors, which it's not a big deal because literally it was in CMYK, so it wasn't going to push that. It looks great. The official looks freaking great. This is so pretty, so beautiful. I love the way it turned out. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the official files. If you want to look more, I will take this time and I will insert the clip from the last vlog for anybody who didn't see the last vlog but wanted to know a little bit more of how this laid out. That one is already finished and edited, so here is that. First page is Marshmallow casting their spell. Let me get a close-up on that for you guys. I think that's good. Guys, the quality came out incredible. And the second page is the spell starting up. So you have the snow. You see where I put the effects here. And then the third page is more detailed. Oh my god, yeah, it came out so good. And then you have the fourth page is when the spell starts messing up. I wasn't sure how the pink on the blue was going to translate, but it translated so good. This looks so good, even on this side on page 5. This is awesome. And this is my favorite page. This is the one that I had to digitally paint instead of just regularly illustrate. Let's get a close-up on the eyes. This came out perfect. And this is when they're starting to transform into the other marshmallow because their spell went wrong. And this is the technically final transformation when marshmallow is officially a different marshmallow because the spell went wrong. And then I said, that's fine, we'll start again from scratch and it'll be perfect. Then you have them saying on here, what's the 10th time anyway? Or 11th, I stopped counting. And then you just have the same inserts as before because I need to fill in the pages. Oh my god, look at my little Zine, it's so cute. Colors. The pinks. Oh my god, the pink on this matte finish is gorgeous. It's very vibrant. Can you see that? That is beautiful. That is gorgeous. Oh my god, it looks just like I wanted it to look. Okay, I gotta show my monthly members and show my sister. I do not have a script in front of me, so we are going to try our best with this outro. Hi guys, it is Dannie the Potato here, or Dannie for short, and this is the end of the video. Now, first off, I want to say that thank you guys so much for all the support. I love the feedback on Instagram and stuff as I shared the design with you all, and I love the feedback as you guys watched the previous vlog. Of course, I'm open to any questions. If you guys have any questions for me, if you think I missed something that you are also interested in making your design and you wanted to know more about, everything that I talked about will be linked down below in my description box, including, you know, Figma, the manufacturer that I worked on, because as I say, nothing is gatekept around here. If I think it was a good experience and I think that it would help you guys out, I will always put it in my description box. Now, if you're used to watching me by now, you know that I always record these weird angles because I can never get it right. I don't know where my thing is over here. I lost it. That would have made it like more clear, so I had to like, I don't know, it's a weird angle, so I'm going like this and hoping that you guys can see me fine. But to cover the Magic Marshmallow spell gone wrong Zine. So Magic Marshmallow is a marshmallow character and they contain magic. The special yellow star on top of their head helps them with the magic that they use to make their spells work. But one thing Magic Marshmallow, or I should say the mysterious Magic Marshmallow, because I'm always forgetting to say the official name, they like the mysterious Magic Marshmallow. One thing they also love is the snow, which is why this character comes out every winter. For anybody who knew or who doesn't remember about Magic Marshmallow, they love the snow. So each winter they try to conjure more snow for a good snow day. This sign covers the spell gone wrong because while they have all this magic, they also lack in practice, so they're pretty bad at it. And in this sign, Magic Marshmallow tries to conjure snow and accidentally turns himself into the wrong marshmallow. So if you are curious about that story or you just want to support, the designs will be available for pre-order on my site, just because I thought it was, I don't know, I didn't feel right not having it available by now when I've been talking about it so much. And since I'm still having bulks manufactured, I want to go ahead and have it available for pre-order while it's also going to premiere at the event. Speaking of the event, if you're in the St. Louis area on October 26th, that is when the Slice event is down at the Sheldon, that is downtown St. Louis. I will be there all day at my booth, and please remember this is my very first booth. I've already had a couple people say they were going to come and visit, so I really hope they do. But at the same time, I know I'm going to be really nervous because I'm really introverted and really shy when meeting new people. But with that said, thank you guys for talking about you're going to come and support me. It really means a lot. Yes, I will be there all day. I'm getting all my booth stuff together now, and I can't wait to show you guys the next vlog. The next next vlog, I actually took a trip to Chicago with my sister and our friend, and I have some footage from there. I also have a lot of good goodies that came in while I was out of town, and I will be showing you guys how I'm preparing for the Slice event in October. So remember, that is October 26th if you are in the St. Louis area. I will be there all day from like I think 8 something or 9 something to 5. That is all. If you would like to know more about the Mysterious Magic Marshmallow, you can head over to my website www.creativepotatoe.com, and I have all my characters there, including Productive Potato, Sarcastic Bear, Shiny the Introverted Star, and there will be more characters to come like the Tired Poof. But right now, if you're interested in the Magic Marshmallow, the Mysterious Magic Marshmallow I should say, you can find them on my website. Each character has their favorite colors, personality, and their storyline on their character pages, and as the character grows, so will their story. But right now, again, you can get Spell Gone Wrong for pre-order on my website. It will be available sometime in October, I think mid-October. I'm sorry guys, I'm just trying to get so much done because I think this is the most I had to do in a long time. And I also have another project coming up that I've already completed. Can't wait for you guys to see that too. It is another collaboration, so I'm really excited. I'll see you guys in the next vlog, and thank you to my monthly members. I think I'm gonna start doing shout outs because it just doesn't feel right not to. So if you're a monthly member, let me know if you're okay with the shout out or not. Thank you to my monthly members for always helping me with ideas, which they did with this as well, with design, and always supporting me monthly. Thank you to my online shoppers because it helps support me as I'm trying to get this trademarking process done. And of course, thank you to my supporters nonetheless, the ones who watch the videos, the ones who share my posts, the ones who always interact with me. It really does mean a lot because I've been working so hard, you guys. So I will see you guys on the next video. I hope this was fun. I hope this was educational too. I'll be putting this in my little playlist, but I'll see you guys later. I'll stop talking. Bye.
I like saying Creative Potato.